Okay, good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday, September 19th, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm live again, and Cyrilla's right on time. There she is. Hello, lady. What's up, BD? All right, so yeah, 8 o'clock. We're ready to go, or sort of. It's been a interesting day in the studio today. I was hoping to have a big announcement that I had already loaded my, or uploaded, I should say, my files for my new novel, The Kirkland Horror, and it has not, gonna move over here for a second. And yeah, the files were not working for me. So I seem to have trouble with something with Affinity on the export. It's showing it as a transparent background, and when I upload it over to Amazon services, it is not formatting correctly. So hopefully tomorrow. I spent all day working on it, so I'm looking forward to drawing today because I was hoping to have those pre-orders going and ready for it anyway. Hello, or it up ready for pre-order. And I do have to get it done soon because I have a book expo next week, and I didn't expect I was still going to be working on this. Anyway, so what's on the drawing table? Hey, Cyrilla. Working on a few new pieces. I was in, New Hampshire last weekend. Started working on another witch for the October collection that I'll be working on. Cyrilla's all over this, right? And a Bride of Frankenstein piece, because I wanted to do, to match with the Grim Reaper, I want to do two blue toned paper pieces to go with it. The Grim Reaper is, he's back there. Well, hang on one second. This guy that I finished in the last live stream. So basically that's what I'm going to be working on if Cyrilla lets me work, right? If you let me work. Great lady. She sees me talking and then she's got to become a part of this right away. Great lady. Okay, so anyway, 2 days of formatting a book. I hope I'm not too rusty for this right now. Anyway, I'll start with finishing maybe the Wicked Witch, huh? I had added more to her since the last time I had her live, and now I've got her up again with more going on. Come on, Cyrilla. Give me a chance to get us moving here, huh? All right, let's go over to the comments so I can make sure anybody... Oh, you hear people out there? Why don't you go look out the window? Let me get my thing going here, my live stream. Anyway, yeah, I see people are tuning in already. I haven't even been able to get started because she's been up on the table for at least 3 of these formats. Oh, somebody's getting in the car. So yeah, but I am about to get started on a few things as soon as she moves. Correct? Yes, maybe. Maybe. Now you come on the seat. All right. That's a good spot for you. Right? Oh, nope, you're back up. Hey, lady. We got to get started. We can't have a live cat stream. Otherwise, the next thumbnail is going to have you in it. And I'm not going to be able to call it live drawing anymore. All right. Let's get that going. What is that? Why am I getting a notification about Facebook? I thought I was on already. I should be. It should be going. Okay. I think it is. Anyway. Oh, Cyrilla. You do make this a challenge, don't you? Sometimes. All right. Think I can get moving yet? Gonna let me work. Maybe. sometime tonight. Once I get my palette down. Okay, maybe. Oh, there she goes, finally. Got a little bit of a break. I'm spraying my, oh, she's back up. I'm spraying my watercolor palette so it gets wet. She's probably gonna walk right in it. Or try to drink the paint. At some point we'll get started, correct? Maybe. You're using up a whole 6 minutes of my live stream at this point, Cirilla. It's good. Don't drink the paint. Come on. She is standing right on top of my watercolor palette. Hey, lady. I'm gonna have to let you make paintings that way at some point. Come on down. Come on. Oh man. We have all day together. This is wonderful. But I wish you'd let me get my live streams. Oh. So are you satisfied now? Okay. Let's hope so. Anyway, yeah, to get back to the Wicked Witch. This is what it's like working in the studio some days. Because I've been on a laptop all day trying to set up that novel. All right. I'd like to get started, though. Maybe you want to go lay down or something. All right, well, maybe. Cirilla, don't drink the paint. Come on. You're like repeated today. Well, only right now, but oh man. It's fun when you're trying to get a live stream going and you can't. Ah, there she goes, finally. All right. So yeah, I don't know how noticeable she is in this. Maybe a little bit. Well, I think Cirilla was up there when I was trying to show that one off. Yeah. All right. So here we go. She's gone. I can finish a few things up. Get going on that Wicked Witch. I think this is pretty good at this point. Although I feel like I'm hearing feedback over here. No, that's muted. Oh, there we go. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, she's in pretty good shape. Here we go. Sans Cirilla, finally. Just going to clean a few things up on her before, while I let that watercolor tray get gummy and wet. And plus I need a little bit of a warm-up. Because everything has been laying out that book for 2 days, and I still have to figure out why it's not working on Amazon. Anyway, I'll probably post the cover reveal tomorrow, because at least that's done and safe, and well, I mean, it's safe to post it because, I'm just trying to figure out what this thing is that's going on with the file when I upload it. And then I'll have the book uploaded. October 13th, my second novel, The Kirkland Horror. I am hoping for a good release. Yeah. And actually, while I'm at it, I'm probably going to make some minor adjustments to Robert Phillips, since that book is going on it's a little past 4 years old at this point, and I've found some spelling mistakes and one or two word usages that weren't quite correct. So I decided I might update that a little bit while I'm at it. In fact, even the Robert Phillips has the old, the original, and not even used since 2018 logo for Darkfire Press on it. So it really should have an update at this point. But it'll be exciting to have a second novel out. I think she's in pretty good shape. Anyway, let's get back over to the Wicked Witch over here. I'm ready to go with Bride of Frankenstein as well, but I'm going to have one other witch piece. That's a larger one that goes with these two. And then those three, that might be all I can get done. I wanted to get more pieces done, but the 6, of course, I'm going to do another counterlock piece. The 6 of these will be, the one witch piece that I don't have up here yet, and the counterlock piece. That might be it for the October collection of new artworks. Because then I do have a whole bunch of stickers that I'm presently coloring as well. All right. So, purple. It's worth mentioning, I typically do purple or blue as my base for shadows. It's rare I do other ones. Sometimes browns, sometimes greens, though as much as I've seen some people use greens in shadows, I don't seem to use it that effectively. So a lot of times what I'll do is it's not perfect, but you can get a little bit of a better view of what I'm doing in the palette there. I actually had a conversation with a couple artists about watercolors this past weekend, which was really nice. It's always good. I feel like it's easy for me in that sense, right? Like if I meet an artist, and this artist is quite a bit more accomplished than I am as far as like getting published, and one of the artists I was speaking to. But I always have, it's easy for me to have conversations with people when it's about traditional art, because there's so many people that do digital, that I'm like, I wouldn't even say rare, less common. Rob, I could always use more book recommendations. I did write all of those down. And speaking of books, I was saying it at the beginning. I was working on getting the Kirkland Horror, the next novel, formatted yesterday and today. Actually, I was working on it last week too, but it's done. It's just for some reason the file is giving me some problems on exporting. Otherwise, I would have had it like uploaded and ready to print today. So, but that does mean I would expect in the next day or two, because you're at the digital tier on my Patreon, you should pretty much expect that there's going to be the digital version will be there very soon. And then I promise the next book I'm going to give my attention to is getting Chadiana done. Oh man, Zorella's got me so flustered. I forgot my my little what is this? Rag. Forgot my rag. All right. So, with the Wicked Witch here, since she's got a lot of yellow on her, I feel that purple is the best to use. I'm very much in the habit of using complementary colors when I paint. Collector Fest thing this weekend. Yeah, it is. It is this weekend. And then I have the Book Expo next weekend, which is disappointing because if I can't get those Kirkland horrors printed by then, because I wanted to send it out to Patreon supporters at the print level, get the digital up, and then I wanted early release copies available at the Book Expo and at the street fair. I should have them by the street fair, but Book Expo, now I'm really wondering if I'm gonna make it in time for that. I should have got it done sooner, but that's how I feel about Chadiana as well. I should have been further along with it. Had some friends who were trying to be encouraging, but also saying they really wanted to see the next Chadiana. Some readers too, this summer even, really looking for that next issue. People that didn't back the Kickstarter, which of course my Kickstarter people are the most important because that money's just sitting to the side so that I can make sure I get everything mailed out to everyone. But, I feel bad everyone's had to wait. A lot of adjustments on my end still, but I should be pretty much in the clear soon enough. Oh, Cirilla, you're going to come right up now, aren't you? I can see you eyeing me. Oh, but since we last talked, Rob, I read Lycan, which is a graphic novel series by Dennis. I think Dennis's last name is Robinson. That's terrible. At least I remember his first name. It's about the world's first werewolf. It was pretty good. And then I started reading Kyra, that Rich Woodall was involved with the art on. And I guess he's a co-creator of it. It's a pretty good graphic novel. I wanted to get those done before I jumped into a new book because, I don't know, I was reading a book on self-publishing, an older book on self-publishing that I've had sitting there for a little bit. Not Jamal Hennessy's book, which I'm really looking forward to. So I just want to make that clear. It wasn't his book, but I don't know. I'm not finding the book that great. Not as informative as I thought. Well, maybe it's just because I know a lot at this point. Graphic novel, Something is Killing the Children as a 5-star. So, oh yeah, why am I not doing this, right? Not putting up the comments like I usually do. All right, sounds great. Yeah, Collector Fest, I already addressed that. So let's keep this going, right? Right, Something is Killing the Children. I keep, that's like on my radar. That and, I mean, it's not, I don't think they're in the same vein, but what is it, the Only Living Boy or something like that. There are two that I wanted to read. I actually, another one that I'm like way behind on. I have 2 volumes of Bitterroot, just sitting, waiting for me to read. I haven't tried that out either. All books that I hear are good. You're not the first person to tell me that Something is Killing the Children is good. But I should definitely get on that and read it finally. It's a lot of stuff I'm behind on, not just Chadiana. How about that? I'm behind on reading other people's stuff too. So, I mean, that's something. But I'm very slowly getting back into a good, probably even a better workflow than I've been in a very long time. So, I know everybody's been bearing with me already on getting some stuff out, but bear with me a little bit longer, and I promise some of those older outstanding projects are going to get done. I want to watch the live action of Bitter. They're making one? Maybe I heard something about that. I may have. Which means I definitely have to read it. Like I said, I buy stuff up and then I don't get to it right away. It's worth noting, if I haven't said this on a previous stream, this is the book version with her eye patch. Probably a little more seductive than the book one is, because she's described as being a hag, not my word, but one of those types of witches. But I like my version. Like I had said in the last stream, I was going to put her in yellow, even though I usually use purple as her wrappings when I typically draw her. Yeah, so if there is a live action of Bitterroot, well, yeah, I gotta get on it. Gotta get on reading it. I would have actually finished reading Kyra yesterday, probably, if the Kirkland horror wasn't causing me so much grief getting it together. But I'm like determined not to give up and take a headache break. I figure I'll give that to myself after I'm done with it, because it really is driving me nuts how difficult it's been just formatting the book and laying it out. And now, of course, I go to export it and it's like something's not working right. But been excited for a long time to get a second novel out, and that one being the one I was going to do as the second. So and for what it's worth, that's something I was working on simultaneously and even started before Chadiana was sort of relaunched. So hope no one will begrudge me putting the novel out. But yeah, Chadiana is next. The remaining 3 issues, especially the long overdue issue 3. I can get moving on other projects, including more Chadia. I've kind of feeling a little regretful again that Chadia got stalled. Because I definitely want to finish telling that story, which is still, to some degree, at least in published form, in its infancy. But to me, I've developed it so much that it's just, it's like, I don't know why. Well, the languages was what I was talking about last time, and that really has held it up. But, you know, I was talking to some people this weekend that I just got to get it done. Just sit down, get it done, and then just release that, get on to the next issue. Don't keep anybody waiting anymore. Probably good advice. What do we got? Am I going to try the Witcher series when it returns with that other guy? That's, oh God, why can't I think of his name? I'm only thinking of Liam Hemsworth, but it's, is that who it is? I don't even know. I don't even watch Marvel movies. I can't remember. Because it's basically Thor's brother. The guy that plays Thor's brother. That's, why can't I remember? Anyway, yeah, it's one of the Helmsworth brothers. I don't know. So, you know, it's a funny thing, right? It's kind of like what my issues are over the newest Star Wars movies is I just felt like Disney wasn't has nothing to do with the characters or anything. There's the behind the scenes attitude toward things. That's what I was kind of like upset about, you know, and I'm not one of those guys that goes, what do I want to say? Well, you know, I'm definitely not like a comics gate type of guy, so just nip that in the bud. But anyway, you know, I had my issues with it, not with the actors, not with the characters, just Disney's money-making kind of mentality toward it. I don't feel like Disney's the company it used to be when I was growing up. But anyway, right? I feel like a similar thing's going on with The Witcher. Like, I don't know, the showrunner doesn't really seem to respect the um, source material, and I've only read the one book, and played the third game. But I consider myself a fan. Obviously, not a diehard fan, but who is a diehard fan, of course, is Henry Cavill, because he's like a huge Witcher fan, and I don't know. I think that's the issue I'm having with it is like he seemed to have left on not bad terms with the cast and crew, but just like the showrunners in the sense that like, well, I can't say if it was bad terms for him or not. I don't know him personally to say that, but it just seemed like it wasn't a great exit because they didn't want to stay. It didn't even seem like they wanted to meet him halfway, and then he got, I guess, kicked off the show for a character that he was genuinely like just it was like a dream come true for him. And I don't know, I'm sure as an actor he'll be fine, he'll get more roles and everything. I'm not even as upset. I liked him as Superman, even though I'm not a big Superman fan. I'm not a big superhero fan in general, but I'm more upset for him over not playing Geralt anymore. And again, that's with no personal connection to him. I just, it seemed like this was like the role of a lifetime for him, and it sucks that he's not there. So I don't know. I don't think I can watch it with the new guy. I haven't even seen the newest season yet. I didn't realize it was even out because so much of it's been overshadowed by Henry Cavill's exit that I started seeing stuff about the third season, and I was kind of confused. Well, Rogue, so we're going to disagree a little bit here. So for what it's worth, I didn't see Solo, but Rogue One I actually liked. And believe it or not, here's how it works with me, Rob. Just to give you an idea of kind of where I stand with the movies, I actually liked The Force Awakens. I was very interested in how Rey's character was going to develop and stuff like that. And I actually liked The Last Jedi. But then when I heard that there was almost like this, for lack of a better term, I know I'm not supposed to curse too much, kind of this pissing contest going on between Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams, and, there was just no plan. See, that's where I get upset, is that, not that George Lucas, I think George Lucas had less of a plan that he likes to let on, at least at the beginning. But you can't be Disney and buy Star Wars and not have a plan for it. So I didn't mind Rogue One. I actually liked it, even though I was afraid I wasn't going to like it because I thought it was just going to be a rehash of a story we didn't even need told, really. But yeah, I liked the first two Star Wars movies actually in the Disney series, and then after The Last Jedi came out, I started hearing about a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and just how there was no kind of cooperation or cohesive vision. That's what turned me off from it. So I didn't even see Rise of the Skywalker. I just didn't even bother because I didn't really think there was any. It wasn't that Disney had to be beholden to George Lucas or the characters or anything like that, but there was just no forethought in the whole thing. It was almost like they got Star Wars, so they were just going to try to make a bunch of money off of it. And that's the part that upset me about it. But, not so much that it's going to wreck my life. I just, it is what it is, I mean, I just don't have to support seeing them. I'm not happy about them. Or happy about the treatment of them, I should say, which, again, is my thing with the... Oh, right. So here's another thing. So you mentioned Mara Jade. I never read the majority of the Star Wars books, but I am aware of Mara Jade because a friend of mine growing up was a huge Luke Skywalker fan. I was not until I got older, but and it's one of the reasons why I like Return of the Jedi is because I feel like Luke finally comes into his own, even though people feel that's the worst of the original trilogy. I think it's the best. Although I used to, growing up, think that Empire Strikes Back was the worst. Not bad, just the worst of the three. I've since changed my opinion on that, but I still like Jedi best because a lot of it because of Luke. But I am aware of the character Mara Jade. See, that's where I say I'm not like not a diehard Star Wars fan, but I always was a fan of the films growing up. But yeah, I thought it would have been cool to bring her in. I mean, I never watched Rebels or the Clone Wars or anything like that, but they obviously brought in Ahsoka, so why not Mara Jade? I don't know. Seems like it would be cool, but their loss, I guess. Yeah, I don't think since Rogue One and The Last Jedi, I don't think I've seen a single Star Wars thing. Oh, except when I went to Disney. I will say that Disney World has done an incredible job with building their Star Wars land. I thought it was really cool to walk around in that area. But yeah, I would say it's one of those things that was like a big inspiration on me when I was growing up, but I don't know. It's a weird property because, I can easily say still that I did not really care for the prequel trilogy. But, I also believe it's like it was George Lucas's thing. It was his creation at least, right? So, I mean, he can do with it what he wants, but I'm never going to say that I liked the prequels, but again, doesn't ruin my childhood or anything like that. I just, I don't get that uppity about it, or anything for that matter. If something isn't, if there's something I'm not into, I just whatever, move on. I know not everybody has that opinion. I've heard that about Andor. I don't know. I probably won't watch it. Like I said, my feelings toward the way Disney is just operating under this like buying up every intellectual property and making money off of it model, is it's disappointing. So like I have no reason to get Disney Plus. So anything Star Wars, I'm just not seeing it. And I hear things though occasionally, and some stuff sounds good. some stuff, I don't know. I try not to base my opinions on what other people think about something, but generally speaking, it seems like there's mixed reviews about some things that Disney puts out in that universe, and other things seem to go pretty well. Like I heard The Mandalorian was good. I heard the Book of Boba Fett was disappointing. Or, some people said good, some people said bad. I don't know. I reserve judgment until I've seen it myself, but I don't know. I just don't have much of an interest. Anyway, I could tell you what I am interested in. I'm interested in finally reading The Wizard of Oz because I've only seen it as a movie. And I haven't seen that movie in so long. I would love to watch it again. But it's not easy to track down. I gotta find a good copy or find a streaming service where I can rent or buy it. And it's just been so long. Set up as a comic, very funny. Well, I assume you mean like a comic book, even though the funny part would denote comic as in the comical sense. But yeah, I heard it was very episodic and just had a good story. And Pedro Pascal, is that right? But see, there's another thing, right? We're talking about The Mandalorian. I still haven't seen The Last of Us. Played the first game. And that's a game that I didn't. So here's another thing with The Last of Us, right? I didn't like the game. And what I mean by that is like nothing about the gameplay really was all that interesting to me. But I thought the story was one of the best I've ever seen and experienced in a video game. So I'm very interested in seeing The Last of Us series, but I don't know. It's hard. I only just started sitting down to play a video game again for the first time last week. And I was going back through Blasphemous because I never got through the DLC for that, so that I could, I never got through the last DLC for it because I was on to other things. But I wanted to play it so that I could play Blasphemous 2. And then Lies of P came out, and now I'm playing Lies of P. Which reminds me, I should probably get a copy of Pinocchio as well and read that. I knew the ending of the live action was still spectacular. You didn't play the game. Oh, man. Well, I guess you don't need to because I hear they did the ending pretty perfectly to the game. But yeah, that was just like, I would like to know how perfectly because obviously don't spoil it, Rob, because there might be some people who watch this live stream in the future that have never seen it, and I just feel like that's one of those things where nobody should have it spoiled. But I just thought that ending was perfect. Oh man, it was so good. If I've never mentioned it before, I'm a big, like one of my favorite movies is Seven. So I love downer endings that are just like, leave you with like a not so nice feeling at the end. So yeah, I loved the ending for the first Last of Us. Haven't played the second one. I actually didn't think they needed to make a second one, but then my brother told me the concept behind the second one, and I feel like I should play it because it sounds like a great angle to take it from, honestly. I wonder if they'll do it as a series too. I know that there were some people that were unhappy about certain things about it, but really I don't care about any of that. I just, well, I guess you have to play I can't say anything, but considering having played the first one, I think the second one's concept sounds great. Anyway, yeah, we'll see if they do it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's hard to see this, but she is getting some bit of shape to her because I'm adding all these. I forget that I should have this lower because those bottom things always seem to block out what's going on the drafting table. It's easy for me to lose track of time during these things too. I look up and it's like, wow, 45 minutes. Well, almost 47, and Cyrilla stole the first 7 minutes of that with her antics. Right, lady? Wherever you are. I don't know. If I call her, though, she'll come back and start walking through the paints again. Anyone who tunes into this later, I'm sorry for the first 8 minutes or whatever of the show where she just kept me from working. A high level of entertainment as I started off the night. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of videos you like to watch, because maybe it was entertaining for some, or will be in the future. Mm-hmm. That's right. I especially had to mix it because it's not really showing up on here. And we gotta. Sometimes I gotta go over an area more than once just to get the values to show. But I used to worry about that because I was so worried about speed at one point in my career. But not that I want to go slow now, but I'm more interested in making sure it looks right than trying to say, oh, well, you only went over it. You already went over it once. You don't have time to go over it a second time because it's just going to slow you down. I didn't think I was still going to be working on it this week, but should probably be done before next week. And then, God. So I can get on to some other things finally. Seems like every project I have is running behind right now, but rather than get bent out of shape about it, I'll just keep working on them. Just curious about this over here. Yeah. It's just you and me, Rob, right now. Might as well ask questions and talk about things because, yeah, I'm just. Which, of course, I don't mind, but I got 4 likes on this and only 1 viewer. It's all right, Rob. We can spend some quality time together on this live stream talking about all kinds of all sorts of nerdy and pop culture things, I suppose. But as per our last conversation, yeah, I think I'm gonna start getting through some more books. Just didn't have time over the summer, and toward the end of the spring, really, things got a little crazy for me, as they seem to do sometimes. Well, I guess that's all of us, really. I don't see many works with drop shadow. I don't see you do many works with drop shadow. What do you mean drop shadow? I'm curious about where you're looking for the drop shadow, or if I've done it on this one. I might have done it unintentionally. I usually just try to find a light source or even a generic one. Sometimes it's not perfectly accurate. Depends on how moody I'm making the lighting. But, you know, that's kind of the way I color is and do my values. It's just kind of because when I'm thinking about top of, like, the top of her hat. You mean like a cast shadow on something else? Yeah, I guess I don't a lot of the time. Usually I put my lighting either top left or top right. So I don't usually do it from like a behind, like forward or whatever. Like in front of the subject too much. So I guess I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't do like a shadow in the back a lot of the time. Again, I use it for more moody stuff, but still these like character portraits, although I'm not doing headshots anymore, again, except for if somebody wants it for a commission, I'm happy to do that. But these like half body pieces, which I can also do commissions of, right? They're more in the like, it's more, since it's kind of like for a print, I'm not doing as moody of a lighting because I want the character to show up well. I seem to do moodier lighting when I'm like doing a storytelling thing, or when I do something like more illustrative, like the female vampire in the coffin I did. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you know what? So it's kind of coming off of the page a little bit because I left some of the part white, you know. God, hang on. Let me go back over here for a second. So, you know, well, you know, you might know, Rob, sometimes I experiment a bit, and I finished these, by the way. So I kind of liked how Nisa from Vegan Story kind of had this like background that just kind of sort of made a border and then didn't. And then when I did the other two, which I did finish finally, right, I kind of like did a little bit something interesting with the border and how the background showed up. And, you know, I experiment sometimes, then I do something I like, and then I want to carry it over into other pieces. So that's kind of what's going on. I figured I'd just kind of use the bricks in her hat as borders. I'm not crazy about the fact of how close those silver slippers are to the edge of this paper. So when I go to make a print out of it, I'm actually going to increase that a little bit and shift her over, which is one of those nice things you can do with digital. You know, at least when you're prepping something for print. I try not to do it unless it's really necessary. I try to make sure I do things right on the actual physical piece of artwork. But yeah, so that that drop shadow, as you call it, kind of like making the border with some of the elements in the piece. I might start doing a bunch of pieces that way. In a way, if I can ever get Chadiana number 3 out, I did a lot of that with the panel borders and stuff like that. Like, I hope people find it interesting and readable. Well, I won't know until I release it, right? I'm trying to give myself a really good pep talk to just get it out at this point. Chris Campana, who did the cover, was just like very gently nudging me. I don't like to name drop, but yeah, he, especially because now he's working for Marvel. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to get clout because I know him, but he was trying to nudge me to get my book out. Not just because he did the cover, because we're friends, but and then I had a couple of people asking me about it who were looking forward to issue 3. Should be a good sign for me, but I still get nervous. So yeah, as soon as today would have been a great day to do it if the Kirkland horror files weren't giving me so much grief, but I should be able to, as soon as that's done, sit down, get the language done for that one page, or at least enough of it that I can put that together for that one page, get the updates to Mindy, because all she's got to do is just change the lettering that she already did on that section, because she just used some text that I had as like kind of a stand-in. And then that's it. I can send it to the printers. Issue 3 will be out. Issue 4, I had stopped working on for a bit, but I was... Sorry, felt like a fly hit me in the head or something. Issue 4, like I've been breaking it down. I love the script for it. I'm not upset that I'm having to draw it, other than the fact that it's not done, because it is kind of like a Lovecraftian piece. So very much inspired by, I think I've said before, Bloodborne and The Shadow over Innsmouth. So yeah, like I'm looking forward to drawing that one. I wish the project wasn't taking so long. And I want to get onto other stories of hers too. Like, that's the regrettable part of it. And then, of course, anybody could say, so why are you working on paintings of the Wicked Witch, JM? Well, as I've said before, money and eyes on the table. It's going to be easier for me to get more support for the books with some of the stuff going on, but I fear that I have gone a little too hard on some of this stuff. So as soon as I can get through this October collection of stuff, then I can just focus all my artistic efforts on Chadiana for a bit. Well, barring any commissions and any freelance work that comes in, because I'll still have to do that, but I'm going to put the fan art to the side for a little bit just to catch up, and then I'll probably jump back into it maybe next year, because there's still some other pieces I want to do. I mean, they're fun. I'm trying to do stuff that I like, so that at least, I'm going to draw things that I'm interested in. And I think I've said it before, it's much easier conversation starter if I'm trying to sell somebody on Chadiana, if at least me and the person coming up to the table for something has similar interests to me, She's looking all right. Okay. Not to get through that. Actually, I guess I had kind of done this with the Chadiana piece I did a while ago, where she was standing holding her sword behind her, and it had a sort of a background, but it looks more like a, I'm not sure what the proper term for those archways are, so just bear with me, but, you know, it had a very, like, very Indian-esque design to the archway or the frame. Yeah, I guess that was kind of like a first foray into this kind of design for borders on these pieces. Plus, the one thing I didn't like about the headshots was that I thought it was going to be nice having them as with no background, because I thought I'd turn them into stickers, and then I quickly decided not to. But I kind of regret that those pieces don't have like a background on them. So other than like a little bit of like some sort of shape or object or something behind them. So, you know, I'm not anti-background, especially because nowadays I really enjoy drawing backgrounds, but I do so I do feel like, you know, I'd like to be showing off some backgrounds and stuff too, so that people don't think all I can draw is just people, or all that I'm willing to draw is just people. And the background suggestions are nice because it gives me a chance to still draw a background, but with a limited number of shapes and objects to still inform what that space looks like. Prita Pada. That's a good question. Because unfortunately, Rob, my knowledge of architecture is not as good as other areas of art. I can't seem to find it under that name, though. If I just type in Indian arch, what is the term for the specific type, though? I guess it would be, oh man, I can't even see that. It's so small. I guess the proper term, it's, well, here, I gotta find a good one because there's so much information on that I don't know what I'm reading. It would be, can't even see. Some of these images don't have a good resolution on them. It's basically the one with all the loops and the, the point in the middle. I could just go get the artwork, but I'm not sure if it's in a portfolio or a drawer right now. Mm-hmm. It's close to a Gothic arch, but it's like what I would say, at least looks-wise, the Indian equivalent. I'm slowly getting through these arches so I can get to a proper one. Nope, cannot find it. It would be what you call the pointed cinquefoil, something like that. It was mentioned in an Indian writer's. So the Vritapada seems to be kind of that stacked roof, from what I can see, but arch-wise, no. Not the same thing, but I'm going to get up again, aren't I? Let's see if I can find it. Here is the shotgun. In the drawers, it might be. Yeah. Not perfectly demonstrated there, but this one with those circular parts. Yeah, that was, in a way, this piece was like an early version of the this concept of having a shapes in the background defining the actual like frame of the background and the character being outside of that background. Actually, so these two are done on different watercolor papers. Both work good though. Chadiana, this one was my practice on a Plex version, and I had done the same thing with this sword here, too close to the edge. So the print doesn't have that on it because I did a little digital surgery there, you know. Anyway, yeah. So whatever the arch is named, that's the one I'm talking about, Rob. I'm going to have to look it up. But honestly, like, you know, I don't know anything about architecture. It's just not my forte. I always have to look up terms when I'm writing about them. Oh, that sounds really cool, actually. I had a started outlining a Chadiana story that nowhere similar, but it was in an aqueduct. some of the stories. So I don't know. That sounds really cool. If you know if you can easily find the name of the story and the writer, I'd be intrigued to track it down. I was just having a conversation with somebody else after the show. It was my mom, actually. Because I don't, well, part of it was the conversation I had with the one artist, too. Like, I don't usually tape down my work when I'm doing watercolors, and part of that is because I do stuff like this, where I turn the paper, and so keeping it taped down to a surface just makes it too hard for me to work, honestly. It's just not ideal for the way I work. Camera's getting closer to my face because I am getting, I'm needing to be a little, well, these, what are those? Can I point this way? Yeah, these little things that come up on the screen that show what questions people are asking. I don't set it up with that in mind, and then I realize they're always covering the bottom of the paper when I'm working. So it's probably better I lower it, right? Even though sometimes this comes off, but then it just gives a little frame to what I'm doing. Double click. Gives a little frame to what I'm doing then, I guess. I'll take just a little bit of that off. So this is why I usually have it wrapped around my wrist now too, because this is working well right here, this being down here, until Thrilla comes up. And then it's just one more thing for her to walk through. It's probably in The Weird by Jeff Vandermeer. Okay. Jeff, my name. Almost like it was meant to be. All right. This is what I do. Vandermeer. Okay. I will track it down. Thank you, Rob. So then it's just a collection of his stories. Not that I have a problem with that. I'm just, which reminds me, there's another thing I want to read. I finally had tracked down a couple of years ago the collection of Carl Jacobi's short stories, and I still haven't read it because he's hard to find. Anyway, yeah, you're off to watch Gran Sumo on NHK. I'll see you Sunday, whatever day the event is. Yeah, the event in Wayne is on Sunday. So yeah, I will see you there. You have a great night, Rob, and a great rest of the week until I see you again. Good night. Yeah, see you later. And now we are on the live stream with no one watching. That's okay. I'm just happy to be working on something that, well, even though I'm in front of a computer for this right now, I'm still working on paper. I might be generally computer literate, but not my favorite thing in the world, at least for working on art and creative stuff. And that is why I do traditional work. Well, one of the reasons why. I don't know what all the reasons are. I like the tactile feel of it, though. That's true. That is something I definitely like. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to track down The Wizard of Oz. I just really want to see it again. I remember so little about the movie except for the basics, but now I almost want to make sure I read the book before I go and watch the movie. I wonder how much of it'll flash back to me as I'm watching it. I was a big fan as a kid, I'm told. I don't know for sure because I really don't have much of a memory of that. But yeah, I was apparently a big fan. Cat hair everywhere makes it harder. Now I'm doing the one thing that when I was talking to the one artist, I said not to put your hand on the paper where you're painting. But at this point, there's enough paint there that I don't have to worry about how much oil's in my hand and it messing up the surface. Hey, Greg. How you doing? One of my Patreon supporters, Rob, just left. Got all quiet in here. Now it's good to see you. Maybe it'll be like one at a time drop-ins. That would be a fun night. Can't say just wanted to say hi. That's just fine, you know. I'm glad you just stopped by even for a moment. Hopefully I'll be seeing you soon on the road. But, you know, I hope you're doing well and everything. I'm sure I'll see you soon enough. That's kind. Me too, Greg. You know, I wonder when. I don't know if you're able to make it to any of the New Jersey shows coming up or the the Blue Arrow Farms Garden State Comic Fest this weekend. But like I said, I'm sure I'll see you at a show hopefully soonish. You know, I'm doing a lot of horror shows come the latter end of the year, so unless you're into those, I might not see you there, but you know, other opportunities will arise, and it'll be good, you know, be good to hang out again. I do miss it. You know, year has been flying by and going slow at the same time. Feels like forever and yesterday since I saw you at Terrificon. I believe that's the last time I saw you. I believe it is. And if I'm a little bit fuzzy on that, it's only because, like I said, it's been a busy year. I have been a busy guy, but so have you. At least for a while, I was seeing you posting that you had some events going on for playing out and stuff. But I know you've got other things on the horizon as well that we spoke about. So hopefully it's all going well for you right now. Gonna have to get in that darker color now. Looks fantastic. Thanks. She's going to be a print. I'm doing a bunch of stuff for October because I'm going to be in Salem for the last weekend in October. So I'm trying to get a bunch of witch stuff done and some other horror stuff. So I got the 2 witches. Yeah. You too. Have a great night, Greg. I'll see you soon. Now Greg has left the stream. Question is, will there be somebody else? Will they come in before the end? Time will tell, but I will continue to work on this while we wait, or while I wait, or whatever. Huh. So I've been doing this thing lately where toward the end of a piece, or at least toward the end of putting the darker values in, I hit it with this mix of black and peacock. Is it the peacock blue? I think so. Great. I want to make sure I got that color right. Black and, nope, that's the ultramarine. Yeah, black and peacock blue. I mixed those together to make what is, ostensibly my black, because all of the gray that I add into, say, the black area, oh my God, I keep hitting that. The black area is where it's highlighted here. That always winds up being that mix that I make. But it acts as a really good, cool gray. So just in case I want to make some even darker values, or I feel like some of the color got too vibrant in the shadows, I hit it with this. it darkens and grays it out a bit, and then, I can get on to finishing touches in the piece. That light above is still quite white. I wonder. At some point, though, I feel like it probably gets too close, though, because then you can't see the whole piece, right? Maybe you can see the piece better. But then if I start moving around, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. It's just like being at a con. Well, at a Comic-Con when I'm working on a commission and I'm not sure if people are coming to the table, so I gotta look up occasionally. Sometimes I get really into what I'm doing, though, and I forget to look up, which is bad. If you're watching this and you ever see me working on a commission at a convention, don't be afraid to come up and talk to me or, get my attention. Sometimes I'm not working on a commission. Sometimes I'm working on stuff like this, because if it gets a little slow, I get too antsy and I got to work on something. And I'm already there working, so I might as well continue moving along there. Okay. What was I going to do? Right. Looks nicer when I hold it this way, just because I feel like it bleeds out too much that way. But I don't know. It looks different on my phone than it does on the laptop screen. So I'm not sure what's accurate or what it will look like when it uploads onto YouTube. Well, you can see some of those designs in there. That's looking all right. Oh, what am I doing? Need a better shadow on this. Trying to see what values might be needing to be strengthened. Just mix some color in, you know. That's why I feel like, yeah, like you can't really see what I'm doing over there, and then looks like I'm just not doing anything on camera. I got a very light purple here. Strengthen those shapes a little bit more. I could be done with those values. I'm not sure. Still got light ones to put in, but these the dark ones are probably done. Probably. More Sevilla hairs. I say Sevilla because my cat was up here. If you did not watch the beginning of this video, my cat was up here walking around, making a mess, knocking her hairs into every little spot. Gonna have to open a new seltzer. Pineapple coconut. Pretty good. Anyway. All right. So maybe we're good with her for now. I can do some highlights and strengthen shapes and shadows later. All right. So Pride of Frankenstein, you can't even see that one on the camera that well because of that light. I don't know. Oh, I made too much noise. You're back. What's up, Sorella? How we doing? What's up, Billy? We getting the half hour left stretch, hour and a half end stretch. You're so lovely. Yes, you are. I should probably clean up the watercolors because I'm not going to use them again tonight. So we can just move them over out of your way, right? Because you're going to be up here messing around. Anyway, still got 25 minutes left, lady. I would like to finish my live stream by oh, no, don't knock that over. Oh, I thought you were going to take in my seltzer. Also, hi, Sorella. Yes. Oh my God. All right, can I put it in that little cup holder over there? Which is really a cup holder? Yes, okay. All right, so we're getting this out of your way. Again, I was saying it earlier, this is why I thought that wearing it on my wrist was a better idea. Because when you come up, I am less likely to get cat hair all over it. Correct. Yes, keep kissing the camera. Okay. All right, Billy. I'll get working on this next one. If you could let me. You gonna let me work for the end of my live stream? The end of my live stream? Well, tonight's live stream. Not the end of all live streams. Just this one tonight. Oh, that's right. I wanted to put leaves blowing in this one. And you're not going to let me. Oh, man. Lady, you're such a PETA. PETA is for pain in the butt. Oh, this is working out okay, only because I'm working so high on the paper. Oh, you're gone. Probably for the best right now. Anyway. Guess that works a little better. Maybe I should move that light so that it's more like this. It might work. Oh, wow. Even I look a little better lit. I think I found the sweet spot for this. Okay, well, that's good. Something finally happened with that light. And it does have to go a little bit more like this. Yeah, even she looks better than that. Damn. Oh well. Well, since there aren't too many people tuning in tonight, I might actually be able to go back to the Kirkland Horror tonight, which I don't usually stay up late working like that, but it's just got to get done. Very quiet live stream. Wonder who gave the wow. Oh, it was Will. Oh, Will was here for a minute. And he left. Would have been good to see, though. I didn't know I could pull up who exactly had left those. Enrique, Greg, David. Oh, David. Phil, Steph, and Rob. And Steph left without even saying hello. Oh, can't hold it against him. I guess I'm going to have to start outlining here soon. Maybe not tonight. I could leave it to tomorrow. We got 10 minutes left. I can start outlining her or start laying out a new image. Okay. I feel like there's something I'm just not kind of worried about that. Bride of Frankenstein, I think, is in pretty good shape, though. She's looking all right. Nothing I really have to add there, I don't think. Before I start outlining her. Okay. So, a little less than 10 minutes left, and what are we going to do at the moment? Let's see. I could get that Warlock piece moving. That sounds good. We need another toned paper for that. Yes, we do. And then that will probably be the last of it. But I'm probably going to go with a pose that I had drawn a while ago. Is it in this sketchbook? No, it's in the other one. How about that? One more moment. One of these. 2019 or 2021? Good question. Okay. Since I had already drawn it, I don't need to look up a reference for it. No. Not there, over here, somewhere. I think it should be on this one. Oh, there he is. Oh, we could go that way, right? I'm always going left. Let's go right. Oh, yeah. Let's go right. It's a la carte over there. Maybe I should put it. Space is always a thing to be careful of while you're working. All right, so because this damn camera, I can't even see it that well. I still want to exaggerate that pose a bit, though. Yeah, believe it or not, sometimes, yes, I hold my pencil like that, where it points just straight down, especially when I'm laying something out in the beginning. I really don't spend a lot of time trying to just doing rough marks. Oh man. I wonder what I'll make the background for him. Well, I could end the stream now, but I'm not going to do that because it's still. I still have 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. The only reason I'm anxious to end it today is because I could go try to get the Kirkland horror a little bit more completed. And if I did that, well, then, yeah, it would be, oh man, drawing this guy. It just reminded me. Rich Woodall had a really good poster that was Creature from the Black Lagoon. The fanned out hands were kind of reminding me of it, and can't really see it very well, but anyway, yeah, I wanted to buy that from him. Well, the print, Every year, a new Orlock piece. But I gotta start doing more of them because I would like to do a whole art book of Orlock fan art that I've done over the years. I don't know if that's gonna work because he's got a bigger jawline than that. Well, I'm not sure who showed up, but I was just about to end it because we are at the end of that live stream time. Anyway, somebody pumped in and then left. Well, everyone, I will be back next Tuesday for the 11th piece. I mean, the 11th live stream, right? At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, by then, It would be nice if could get some pre-order window on the Kirkland horror. Anyway, I'm gonna go work on that right now. It's about 10 o'clock. So yeah, I'll see you all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. And whenever you decide to tune in or stay for a little bit or for a long while, and hopefully I'll actually have a few of these further along and might even be working on something brand new. Anyway, have a great night, everyone, and I will see you next week. Ciao.